Take a breath, step outside.
A very good evening to everyone. Just before we head off tonight, I want to take this time to acknowledge the traditional caretakers and ancestors of these lands that we're on, our Pueblo people, and also wherever you're beaming in from this evening, I want to acknowledge the traditional caretakers and ancestors of the land you're on so we could be here this evening. Very good evening to everyone. My name is Elena Higgins. I am the co-founder and executive director of IndigenousWays, which is a nonprofit organization. We're dedicated to bridging cultural exchange with people globally. IndigenousWays promotes living in balance to diverse communities through music, arts, outreach, and events. Our vision is to reach Indigenous and LGBTQIA communities through outreach, music, the arts, Indigenous wisdom that creates and enhances survival and sustainability. So I want to just take this moment to thank each and every one of you for beaming in and sharing this evening with us this evening. If you haven't yet subscribed to our newsletter on our website, IndigenousWays.org, in the virtual sites, please do, and then you'll get an update of everything that's happening. And the video, if you're watching this on the YouTube, the recording, you'll see subscribe to us. Please do that, and then you can see the onslaught of awesome presenters we've had in either the Indigenous Ways Circle, which is on Wednesdays, or where we are now, which is the Indigenous Ways concert series. And we've got this phenomenal presenter who's right there, who's going to be entertaining us this evening. If you have joined us for the first time, thank you so much. We love having you. And if you're a returnee, thanks for coming and being here. So if this is your first time here, on our website, IndigenousWays.org, virtual events, there is a slew of amazing presenters and artists that are there. And so, hey, Tret, how you doing, mate? It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
So what you can do is click on any of those amazing words of wisdom or performances that we've had to catch up. Also, what's going on is our May calendar is out, and we have got this extraordinary amount of people that will be joining us for the month of May. After Mimi Gonzalez, who is here right there just below us, or if you're wonderful entertainment that Tash will talk to you more about. Next Friday, we'll be joined by the Grammy Award-winning Joanne Shenandoah, followed by our Grammy Award-winning producer, Larry Mitchell. Towards the end of the month, we'll have Sonia via Disappear Fear, and then we've got Chris Matthews, who will be joining us at the concert series. In our Wisdom Circle on Wednesdays at this time, we've got up next Wednesday, then followed by Sound Healer, Marty Sato. Then we've got our wonderful Teresa Candelaria, who will be here, and finishing off with Terry Vincent, who is a deaf presenter who will be sharing some wonderful, wonderful stuff with us. And we'll tell you more about that at the end. But I want to thank everyone who's been watching these videos or who have come in live, sending us messages through the chat box, or if you've been watching it via the recording, sending us emails. Your feedback is so valuable for us. So I'm glad you've been keeping yourself safe. We're in an epidemic at the moment here in Turtle Island, you know, coming into the whole spring to summer and people wanting to be out and about. Just remember, it's a global pandemic and we want you all to stay safe. Hence this virtual events that we're doing and supporting all our presenters that we've got. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the beautiful Tash, who is the other co-half and Executive Director of IndigenousWays.
Yate, everyone, greetings in the beauty way. My name is Tosh Terry. I come from the Navajo Nation. I am bitter water, made by French and Irish. My grandfather was Red Street running into the water. My traditional people come from Big Mountain and Black Mountain. I was born in Shiprock, New Mexico. This is how I am a woman today. I want to thank you all for coming in this evening. And we are so excited to have our second month of virtual events. And I'd like to go ahead and start with an opening prayer with our sister, Lisa Tiger, who is Muskogee from Oklahoma. Currently, she lives here in Santa Fe. She is in her final semester of her master's program, creative writing at the Institute of American Indian Arts. And we are looking forward to Lisa's first book. Lisa is a role model on many levels, and one of these evenings we'll talk about her. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, sister.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I told Tosh that I shouldn't be the one to give a prayer because anything I've ever prayed for in my life, just the opposite happened. So I'm like one of those opposite people. So after many experiences of really praying, I said that, okay, from now on, my prayer is going to be just being thankful for everything that I have.
Thank you, Lisa and Lori. All right, we had some awesome words tonight, beginning words to start our evening off, and I am so excited tonight, I don't even know what to do with myself. I have been looking forward to this night since before I even knew that I was looking forward to this night. I met Mimi Gonzalez last year. We played at several festivals in the Midwest, and guess what? Mimi was at every single one of them. So we got to hear all kinds of stories and humor, and this woman is just absolutely brilliant, hilarious, funny, cultural, two-spirit. She's an academic genius. She works at Central Michigan University full-time. She lives on a farm. She's a walnut farmer. She has cats. Wow. Everybody, let's give it up for Mimi Gonzalez. Woo!
Right on, Mimi.
Whoa! Hey, everybody. Well, I don't know what you're pointing to. I don't know how different it looks in YouTube because I watched Tret's show and I have attended some of your events after the fact, recorded. I thought Zoom. Anyway, so let me just say, bonjour from the Anishinaabe and Ojibwe Saginaw people whose land I am on right now, the original inhabitants of the land where I live. And I just want to say miigwech from their language, and thank you for having me, and to definitely acknowledge the people whose land, the ancestors of this place. I almost don't even know where to begin because I have so many things I want to tell you. And I think I'm going to start with this because it's becoming more and more common that people are, especially in higher education, especially the school that I'm working at, my original alma mater, Central Michigan University, whose team mascot are the CMU Chippewas, which has been blessed and requested by the Saginaw Ojibwe tribe in that town, in Mount Pleasant. So you're starting to see the land acknowledgement and some awareness happening. And a lot of things happen, you know, in academia and on college campuses that then can refract out, or they happen in California, and hopefully the rest of the country gets it. But you know, college campuses are a place for these beautiful ideas of youthful liberty and equality that come out, and so they are acknowledging it also. And I have to say, it's something that at Central Michigan University, working in the diversity department, because I bring lots of that. I mean, look at me. Okay. And it shows. Some of the diversity really shows. I have no idea who's interpreting for me because I can't see them. I have set my Zoom up the wrong way. I only see Elena's star pattern. Is there? All right, forget it. Just go, right? Because I don't know if I'm going too fast. Is it Cat? Is it the dude? Click the
got Cat
gallery
on.
view. Yeah, that's easy for you to
hit the
see.
gallery
I'm on an
view, the
iPhone.
top.
I'm on an iPhone. Ding, ding, touch it, touching the screen. Swipe. Someone says swipe. Okay, there. Now I'm not done speaking. Safe driving. Hey! Swiping worked! Thank God. Elena, can I see your face instead of your logo? I mean, it would really help. All right. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Consent is sexy. Okay, friends, I want to tell you that it's been a long journey of self-discovery. That's what life is. You're just going and going and going. And here we are in a new now. And I have to tell you that it took me a while to figure out who I was, because I wasn't raised with the parent that gave me, hey, American Code AF. I did sweep, and now I can see Interpreter Cat, and I can see Tosh's, you know, silhouette. And quit looking, Mimi. Just focus. I'll show you ADD. I call it butterfly mind. You just have to come to grips with what you are and appreciate it. ADD is such a negative connotation. That's just one of the many ways people can think in the world, okay? Now, I had to figure out who I was, and I think that is a constant, you know? I'm not fantastically femmy right now at this moment. I'm just having a slight hot flash, which could be from the tea. The tea is ginger, turmeric, moringa, cinnamon, and fantastic. Wow. Okay. You got to figure out who you are. Right. And the way I was raised without my father, because my father was very busy making lots more children and marrying a lot of women, because it's sad and true. I am the product of my creators, my father and mother. Those are your creators on earth. And my father was classic Latino male. You know what I mean by that? I must make love to the women. All the women. Well, he died trying. He was on his 10th wife when he died. And when I say on his 10th wife, I don't mean literally. Although that was actually a goal. And I know it was because he told me. I accompanied him once to a convention that he was at, and over dinner, he said to me, Mimota, I want to die topping a woman. And I was like, that is the father-daughter conversation I've been waiting for. I mean, what should I do? Tell number 7, you could be the one. Fuck him to death. That's what he's hoping for. No, that didn't happen. So I had this macho Cuban father who was married 10 times. You think I'm a comedian? I am a comedian. You think I'm joking because I'm a comedian? Well, I'm not joking. I'm a comedian because I'm trying to laugh at the pain. My father was really married 10 times. There is a funny part to this story. What did he do for a living? If you have your irony binoculars on, take them off. This will blind you. He was a psychiatrist. Now, I used to say to him, Dad, make an appointment with yourself. You'll discover you should have been a gynecologist. Why are you marrying it? Ay, mi amor, the women love to be married to a doctor, mi amor. Oh, yes, the women love to be married to a doctor, Dad, but you know what? The kids would love to see their father, Papito. I mean, could you imagine growing up jealous of Mormon kids? Oh, sure, they've got 50 siblings, but you know what? They know where their dad is. He's on the freaking compound. They can find him. You know, he's in one of 4 houses, or maybe that 4 is just the limit from, do the Mormons have a Muslim limitation? Not all Muslims do that. Please stay to the point. Thank you. Okay. So, whoops. Okay. Just to make it, let me just round out the picture of my father, which could make some things make sense to all of you. Not only was he married 10 times, but he made 7 babies, all boys. 1 girl. My brother Hector. I mean, he's so gay. How gay is he? He's so gay. He is the most successful sibling in a relationship because Hector has been with Manuel for 20 years. That, like, of all my father's children, my gay brother is the one who has had the most successful relationship. Gay men, sometimes they just do everything right. And then, of course, I had this Italian mother, Cuban and Italian. I mean, come on, who do I root for in West Side Story? For God's sake. But so my father was not around. I had to figure out who I was with my Italian mother, who insisted every day, "You're white." And it was like, well, the kids at school are calling me the N-word. That's just because they're jealous. Jealous? What are they jealous of? You have a tan. It's February in Michigan. This is not a tan. So, you know, you have to unlearn things that you learned. And you have to figure out who you are. And when I went to Central Michigan University out here in the middle of Michigan, rural kind of school, out in the corn, a lot of people refer to it as, they actually called me. They reached out to me because we had dial-up phones then, because I'll talk about being an elder in a minute. I'm still trying to, I think my neck is the elder. Betrayer. The Minority Affairs Office, the Equal Employment Opportunity, wasn't even called affirmative action then. We're still using the word minority, let alone diversity. They called me and said, "Hey, you're a minority." And I was like, "Really?" And then I was encouraged to go join Copa Chicanos Organidos para Progresión y Acción. And I'm not Chicano. I'm Cuban and Italian. However, los mexicanos, por favor, ay, mi corazón por la raza, my heart for the race, because the Mexicans, the Chicanos let me be with them because my name is Gonzalez. And I want to thank them for that. Even though it's Gonzalez with a Z, a Zeta, and a lot of them are Gonzalez with an S. But this goes all the way to a situation with the letter S and most Latinos. Now, I did not grow up speaking Spanish. I have had to be an esponja. I have had to be a Latin sponge and pick up Spanish wherever I've gone. And I've picked up, well, why didn't you take it as a class? No, emotional trigger. Couldn't do it. Could not. Jealous. My dad should have told me. So I just pick up words and use the word. I can't have a full conversation, I can express my needs. Interesting. The only way I'm ever able to express my needs, Spanish. Huh. Note, I'm glad you're recording this. I'll go back to that. And why was I bringing that up? Because I want to say that I can, you know what I really speak? I speak accent. I mean, I don't care what, because my father does not talk with us in the language. I have to learn how to interpret his very thick accent. So now I can listen to and interpret a lot of people. I really learned how to unpack. And I mean, Elena, she's New Zealand. So it's not New Zealand. That's New Zealand is how we would say the E, but New Zealand, she says I in the E. And I dated a woman from New Zealand once, and she said, no, this way, nay. Like nay, like a horse, like nay, nay, we're not doing that. I don't even know why I have gone down this whole speaking Spanish thing. I'll come back to the point that I was making. Oh, it was about the letter S. Oh, butterfly came back. Thanks. Now, when you're learning Spanish, like when you're just like watching people, you learn that all of the Latinos do their own thing. Everybody's got their own take on the language, you know, like if you say something incredible to somebody Mexican, they're gonna, wow, you're telling the truth? Is that true? De veras? You know, like that's their thing. Now, if you say something incredible to someone Puerto Rican, they're going to say, no me diga. So the Puerto Ricans immediately go into denial, right? That no me diga, don't tell me, no me diga, no me diga. You know, don't tell me. If you say something incredible to a Cuban, Cubans say mentira. And mentira means you're a liar. So the Cubans are clearly the most aggressive, which is why I'm so loud, I'm sure. And as I'm learning, you know, from all the other cultures in the world and absorbing everybody's culture, I'm watching how they pronounce Spanish. Now, when you are in España, the people who want to speak like that from Barcelona, they all use the lisp. And the lisp comes from another German frickin' king who had a lisp, and all the people were impersonating his lisp so that the German king didn't feel bad about his lisp. Kind of like somebody right now running this country who thinks he's a king. And, you know, everyone is saying, oh no, your skin color, completely natural. You look vibrant. You look like neon is what you look like. But hey, that's... and I'm speaking of Gonzalez with an S. I'm coming all the way. I'm going to get there. I promise my friends I'm going to get there. I am Gonzalez with a Z. I like to say I put the les in Gonzalez. It's easy. The Z, it's so easy to find. It's there at the end. It's just hanging out. It's a bookend. It's right there. It's right there. It's not even lost in the middle. It's at the end. A to Z. Les. I put the les, okay? The S is a situation for the Latinos. Especialmente los chicanos. Porque tus mexicanos, ustedes, I have to say something to the Mexicans. This is just for my friends, los mexicanos, mi sangre, por favor, mi mexicano. When you're speaking Spanish to a Cuban, everybody does something different with that S because they want to prove that they are from Barcelona or they speak the Castilian Espanol. Everybody does something different. Over here, over on this side of the hemispheres, a lot of people don't do that bullshit, okay? They don't do the, what they do is, oh. Excuse me. They say the letter S because it's a letter and it exists. The Cubans, however, the Cubans don't even use the letter S. They'll say things like, ¿Cómo está usted? Ay, Dios mío. They don't even use the letter S. This is how the Cubans have addressed the lisp situation. Ay, Dios mío, ¿cómo era? Ay, no me digas. The tongue is so freaking fat, which is why everybody wants to date a Cuban. Listen, I used to be the best. All right. Did you hear the whisper? Were you able to hear the whisper? Keep going. Here's what's happened to the letter S in the Spanish language over here in the hemisphere. The Cuban, we don't use the letter S at all. We don't give it. You can have the letter S, and Mexicans, our Mexican family members, the Mexicans have actually taken the letter S and turned it into an entire name. Ese. Okay. That is just for my Mexicano amiguitos. Okay. I wanted to say I was really heading toward a bit, and I think I'm just about to get there. As I have absorbed and come to grips with, and embraced the many identities I am. A lot of people wear a lot of different hats, but you know what? I'm a horse with a lot of saddles. Whisper. Okay. You got to entertain yourself. And I make a lot of faces. This whole living alone situation, I like, what's the difference between now and COVID and now and then? Because, I've been on quarantine on my love life. 6 years. Who's counting me? Every freaking second. Okay. As I've come to learn more about myself, I can thank the wild, hairy lesbians of the 70s who taught me how to open my big mouth and claim who I am. I learned a lot from the lesbians of the Michigan Women's Music Festival, because you know what? They came from Central Michigan University. They didn't finish. Who has to when you're going to produce something world-shaking like that? And so they taught me a lot. Like, they taught me my voice matters, and that the women of color tent, that I could be at the women of color tent, even though my mother would say things like, oh, that whole color thing, it's just a gimmick. Like, my mom is a white Italian, and she's, I'm just going to say it, she's jealous of my hair color. She wants to be able to tan, and I think my hair really bothers her because it's naturally curly. Did we know that when I was growing up? Oh, no. No. I had 2 perms to put curl in my hair. What? This is a Latin natural. I mean, you have no idea what it is to have an Italian, very pale mom, who's got some browner siblings, jealous. And she has beautiful, silky, thick silk hair that you can run your fingers through. You can't, it's stuck. It's a Brillo, okay? This is fur, okay? But it's fantastic. And you know what you do when you have curly hair? Friends, let me tell you what took a lifetime to learn. You detangle from the bottom. You start low with a tip, okay? And conditioner. Detangle. Not like my mother, who took a comb and and then complained about a rat's nest. Well, I'm just going to tell you this. I was born in the year of the rat. This is my year. It is the year of the metal rat. That's right. I'm 60. 60! She's got it! I only hear people say, you look good for your age. Oh, shut up. This is how good my age can look. That's what you need to hear. A lot of African Americans say it because it's true. Black don't crack. Listen, James Earl Jones is 150 years old. He's sounds like God because they're best friends. You know, they play golf on Sunday. It's God's day off. That's some Catholic damage coming in there for you. Sorry. Some things you just can't get away from. Did I finish that bit? No, it's still sitting there waiting for you to get back to it. Okay. Black don't crack, but the Latinos want to add oil don't spoil. What? Because we all know white gets tight. Now stay out of the sun. Okay. That is a wet cough. Please do not be alarmed. I live with bat shit and mold. I know I don't have COVID. Plus, I'm a recovered tobacco abuser. So, damn it, I don't get to use that anymore. Oh, God, dear heavens. I just want to tell you that it was a gay Puerto Rican man, Alfredo Trujillo. When I moved to New York and the Puerto Ricans were able to help me expand. You're not Chicana, you're not Puerto Rican either, but come on, be the Latina that you are. A gay Puerto Rican man. I used to keep my hair John Travolta short. I mean, bad. Okay. Alfredo said to me, what are you doing with this hair? I was like, I was trying to grow it out. I don't know what to do with it. It's just like, but I was always combing it. I mean, I was trying to be Farrah Fawcett. I got this hair feathered and it's so thick and curly. It was like a helicopter, let alone a helmet. You know, it was just like, oh, get out of here. Thank you, Alfredo, for giving me my long curly hair and confusing all butches from here on out who think I am a femme. What the fuck, butches? Especially you black butches. Black butches just don't fucking take me seriously. Can you see that? Is there enough light on that for you to say that? Did you see it move? Oh, sure. Probably can't see it move. I can't make the left one do it. Well, everybody has their thing. You know, a lot of people are confused by long-haired lesbians. Not anymore, but wow, did they really used to be? And I grew it out. And let me tell you, butches will say to me, what kind of a butch are you? I mean, how butch are you? Look at you. I have got an F-150 sitting out there, a 93 F-150 straight six. That's right. I got a farm truck. I'm pretty butch. Yeah, well, you don't look butch. It's because I'm a pretty butch. Okay. Are you going to get to that bit? I've been trying for 40 minutes. I mean, no. I think it's been 25 minutes of trying to get to this one bit. I had some crazy stories that I could tell you. Okay. As I have every step and every day is a new step toward yourself to embrace and love who you are and who you're becoming on this planet. And hopefully you're becoming someone of service to each other, and somebody who is, Nina J is here. Now I have to do the That's it. Nina's right. Nina is right. Nina J, folks, I'm sure that Tasha and Elena are going to bring her. She is an extraordinary, self-made, brilliant. She is pure poesia. She really is.
Uh-huh.
And Nina J wants me to memorize this, and I am going to do my best to look like I'm not reading it from a page. Because one of my dreams has always been writing. And now I'm in my second Saturn return. I've come through my second Saturn return, and it was get that other degree. The first one was do comedy, because that's my dream. The other one is Nina, thank you. I'm trying not to look down there, but I saw you and it was like, oh shoot, I got 3 poems. All right. This poem, and I believe in the prescriptive power of poetry. I believe that you have within you exactly what you need to compound your own healing. You know what ails you, you know what heals you. Just like there are trees that or plants that are poisonous that have the antidote right next to them. You know, they grow together. They're simpatico. And poison is just one word to mean we don't know what to do with it. It has its purpose, just like everything that's ever hurt us. So my father, this is when I should have done this, but my timing is off. And this is a new art form called punchlines in poetry that I'm working on. Don Juan's only daughter, sinvergüenza, scoundrel and shameless. That's what the Translate app says it means. The name my father called me, sinvergüenza, the word he used to describe himself in English, not in Spanish, English, the language of the women he so easily impressed. Green eyes, dark skin, an accent dripping cologne, announcing a Latin lover had entered. When he called me that, around his kidney bean shaped pool in Las Vegas, I was telling him about a beautiful rubia I was crazy for, who was still in a relationship with someone for 7 years. He warned me, be careful that her wife doesn't find out or she will kill you. Sinvergüenza. He chuckled like a compadre. Years later, his last wife, a woman from Venezuela, said over breakfast in a Vegas diner, we want to make a movie of your father's life. You should play him. 6 sons, and I, a handsome woman, should play my father. Shameless. Now, I have told a lot of stories and done a lot of comedy about my father because his absence is such an overwhelming presence, and his visitations were a huge influence. And sometimes when I'm talking about how much testosterone is in me and my butchness, because let's face it, I'm the only female. I love you too, Tret. Don't look at those. I'm the only female that my father made. And my father had a lot of testosterone. And so do I. I mean, Ola Imara from Crudas Cubensi does a bit. She and her partner are Cubans. And she does a bit about her goatee. She said, this is a gift from my ancestors. And when she did that last year, I was like, oh, I should have kept my beard. I should have kept my goatee. Instead, I've spent a lot of money getting rid of this mustache and goatee, which is completely acceptable in the lesbian world. But I'd like to say to my sisters, unless it looks good, please, would you get rid of it? I mean, some of you are so like, I've got 2 hairs and I'm a lesbian. It's natural, keep it there. But I grew up hearing mustache Mimi, mustache Mimi. And I was like, shut up, Mom. What I'm saying. But I feel like I have so much testosterone. Sometimes I've actually questioned my lesbianness because I'm going to, I wasn't born gay, sister. My first boyfriend made me gay. He rubbed me the wrong way. Over and over. I was like, cut it out. I'm going to need that thing. No, that's it. My father makes me really question, because of all the testosterone I have, do I truly love women, or is it just my father trying to get more of them through me? Some of you are really wondering if that's a joke or not. No, fine, I'll stick with the serious.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I have to tell you that your laughter is so freaking helpful. Thank you so much. Because of my mother and me trying to, figure out who I truly am on this planet, poetry will get you there. Poetry, I went through an MFA for the Saturn return. And one of the best instructors there, one of the best professors said, hey, right now, this is hard drive dump. Get it out, get it out. And this is, I don't know if you can see that, but there is somebody in the window who'd like to come in. His name is Spooky. Oh, and he leaves. Freaking man. Okay. Just like my dad. I should have called him. Okay. You got to laugh at your pain, friends. This is a poem for my mother because I am like Obama, friends. I'm half white. I walk white through this world. Don't notice you looking at me, wondering if I'm Italian or Mexican once you hear my name. I walk white through the doors of a bank, hoping the high school friendship serves my lending needs, overrides my last name, my father's. I walk white into office buildings in New York, San Francisco, or LA, sit down to type and edit real white guy letters and documents, so I've got some money to play with at the end of the week. I walk white through this country like I got a right to buy groceries or try on clothes to flatter or hide my assets. I strut brown when my feet show my hips new tricks. Shoulders shake salt, arms trace walls for booties to bounce over, jammed up on black beats, setting the rhythm of our hearts, groove celebration of each other, spotlight white. We shine. I'm an old disco queen, friends. I'm a disco lady. Okay. Woo, Nina, like it. Okay, I just can't tell you that just really makes me. Your approval, Nina, means a lot to me. So as I have continued to discover who I am, even through menopause, it's a real thing, friends. One of the things I've done is I've been super observant on the planet. And if you look at this country tries to get it right. We try to get it right. But we're often 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 step forwards, a giant 4-year slide backwards. A Nobel Prize for voting out our racism for 8 years. I mean, he collected the Nobel Prize for us in January, right after he was inaugurated. I mean, I love you, Obama, but that was for because you hadn't done anything yet. The Nobel was for Americans. Okay, and then this is what our country's like, yeah, hope. You're like, no, we can't have hope. We have to face what we've done to other people. No, let's go back. Let's go back to the madness. No, I can't. I need hate. I need hate because it convinces me that my lower spending power is because of the Mexicans and the blacks and the people. Fucking country. All right, that was totally incoherent. I was trying to get to this bit here. In America, we try to acknowledge everybody by giving them a month, you know, like January, it's National Book Month, and February, we all know February is Black History Month. Now, can we just talk about this for a second? The shortest and coldest month is Black History Month. Short and cold. Not what I'd say about my Black friends. Been there, done that, went back for more. You know what I'm saying? Not short and cold. I have a whole new way for everybody to think about Black History Month, about February, my birth month, because I'm a Pisces. Here's a great new way for you to think about February, especially for all of my Black friends. I want my African American friends to think of February as the coolest month. It's the coolest month. And everything that's truly cool about America came down. The fucking word cool. Rock and rolls that are truly cool in this country came from African Americans. So the next time February rolls around, know that America's actually trying to say thank you, but they can't afford those words.
Yeah.
Trying to say thank you for giving us some cool African Americans, because without you, we'd be a nation full of nerds. Now, someone has to talk to Al Roker, because you've got Black nerds, okay? They're real. Okay, whose month was March? Well, whose month was March? Anybody remember? Women's History Month, March, women. Why? Because it's cold and hot and cold and hot and cold and hot. Yeah. April, May. May is Asian Pacific Heritage Month. Asian Pacific Heritage Month. May. Why? Pretty spring flowers? I don't get it. My native friends, this country has not done you right, ever, ever. Sometimes I used to play Guess My Ethnic when I was like driving around the country and doing shows. And a lot of times I would guess somebody my colored who was native, indigenous to this country, to this land. I would guess Latin, and they would say, no. And then I asked them, please tell us your tribe. And then I would get on my knees and I would say, I'm sorry. On behalf of the first and the worst Europeans, the Spaniards, that's my name. Okay, I look like the colonized people and the colonizer. I'm a blend. I've got to fucking own my genetics. I'd like to apologize on behalf of all Spanish people, Columbus, and those maniacs, those sick, twisted, Isabel, all those people. I usually get on my knees if I guess that someone indigenous is Latin and say, I'm sorry. There's only one thing everyone in this country should be singing to all of you indigenous people. Yeah. This land was your land. This all was your land. Every fucking bit of it, from California to New York to the Arctic Circle in the north to Tierra del Fuego. This land was taken from you for me. So all I want to say is I'm sorry and thank you. And maybe in its own fucked up way, America tries to say thank you to the Native Americans. Why? Why? Because we gave you a month. November! The month of Thanksgiving. When we celebrate stealing the land. When we celebrate moving up to New England because we ate all your food in P-Town and then went to Plymouth Rock. Yeah. Cornhill. It fucking exists in Provincetown. The very tip of the Cape. P-Town, where they first frickin' landed. But I just want to say something. This country, we try to get it right. And we fail. We fail so often. February, November. I want you to know But the Latinos, the sins of the father are visited upon the children. Because if African Americans think they got it bad in the short month of February, and if Native people, indigenous folks think they got, does anybody out there know when Latino month is? Hispanic. Hispanic heritage. Freaking hate the word Hispanic. I swear the word spick is right in the freaking middle of it. Anybody know when Hispanic Heritage Month is? I look down there. No one's even guessing. Let me tell you, to October 15th. Did you catch that? Yeah. The Latinos have a month. September 15th to October 15th. You see that? That's not even a month. That's a zodiac sign. That's 2 months. Cross the border. Our month has to cross the border. That confusing. Just fucked up for the Latinos. Okay. Well, that was the bit I was trying to get to the entire show. I heard a great COVID joke. I want to tell you the COVID joke. Do you want the COVID joke?
Yes.
Yes?
That's a COVID joke.
Well, you're not going to get it for 2 weeks. Okay. Oh my God. As we were doing our sound check, oh my God, I love his avatar. I want to make one like that. The other ASL interpreter has got the funniest avatar. I love you too. Okay. I want to say that as we were getting ready for this, we were doing a sound check yesterday or the other day, and Tasha and Elena were talking about somebody who was, didn't you say she was Italian and Cherokee? Or Italian and Choctaw? Do you remember that, Tasha? Were you talking about a stripper?
I don't know. Run with it.
Well, it brought back a memory for me. My first lap dance. The only time I worked in Las Vegas on the Strip, I actually had my name in lights on the Riviera, and I went there for my first opportunity. I was headlining around the country, but it's like, it's as Vegas and you're nothing. So, you know, JJ Walker, Dynamite was the headliner, and I was the MC, and Vinnie Coppola was the feature, the middle act. And something terrible happened. Like JJ didn't show up for a long time, and they're telling me to stretch. I'm like, no problem. 15 minutes. I got a lot more than that. But then they called. Why am I going into this story? Well, it sort of is. Anyway, the guy who books it was from, I don't know if you saw the Sopranos, Uncle Junior's aide, Steve Sharippa. You know, he booked it. He booked the Riviera room. And one of somebody who was against me, the person who was the showroom manager that night, like, I'm stretching because JJ Walker is late and not there. And it's like, okay, I don't care. I'll stretch. You know, I made a joke like, you're going to pay me more? That's not happening. So I'm up there on stage. She calls Sharippa in New York. It says, oh, your MC will not go on unless she gets more money. I'm freaking on stage. You know, there's a lot of devils in the world that want to see you fall. So I never got to work there again. And I didn't even know that that had happened until 2 days later. And the last night we're there, my friend who introduced me to Sharippa called me and was like, what's wrong? What's happening there? I'm like, nothing. I'm kicking butt. Like, people are telling me, whoa, you're the best MC we've had. And I'm like, that's because I graduated from MC years ago. I've got a lot of material. She's like, well, you're in trouble. He said that you refused to go on. I'm like, that hasn't happened one night. They never hired me again. They never hired me again. That night, I was in such trouble, and my friend got in trouble for referring me. I mean, it was really bad. So Vinny was like, let's go. We're going to go drown our sorrows. So he takes me to the Rhino, which is this big strip club. You know, I've been in strip clubs. It's tremendous. It's freaking huge. It's like the size of a mall, you know, and he's like, and I'm just drinking, smoking, whatever, you know, and Vinny's like, you want a lap dance? And I'm like, no, Vinny. God. And he's like, I don't mean from me. I mean from one of these women. You know, I'm like, oh, don't you want it? Like, why would you spend the money? And he goes, oh, because you're a woman and you're going to get a way better lap dance. And I went, okay, well, all right, I'll take the lap dance. And the first strange thing about the lap dance is you have to pick the woman that you want to dance on you, which means you have to turn down other women. And I felt really bad. I felt like I'm rejecting them and it's rude. And I didn't feel very good about that. But then I saw this gorgeous woman and I was like, how about her? So that got rid of all my problems. And Vinny bought me the lap dance. And I was like, I don't really know what to do. And she goes, just, you know, just don't worry. Just everything will be fine. I'm like, do I touch you? She's like, you know, I said, should I put my hands on your waist, on your hip? She's like, yes, you could put your hands on my waist. And let me tell you, it was one of those moments. Now this happened years ago. I still had some hormones. And it was one of those moments of my life where I had not had sex for like 6 months. And this lap dance made every bit of sense why men would spend this much money on a lap dance, because it was physical contact, you know? And I was really respectful, but she was just grinding into me. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with this. You know? So I just started like grinding her back, you know, and I kept saying, is it okay? Can I hold your hips? And she's like, it's fine. I said, oh, wow. Oh, can I touch your waist? Yes. Oh, you know, can I touch your shoulders? Yes. You know, like I was really respectful. I didn't like grab her. And I asked every step of the way, and God damn it, she gave me such an incredible, and she was gorgeous. I mean, like she went extra. I guess Vinny kept paying her. I don't know. It was amazing. I've never forgotten it. And in true rookie form, and like every dude who's ever gone before me, I could have sworn she liked me. She likes me. So I wrote her a little note, gave it to the management and asked them to give it to her. And I was like, I hope you're not doing this much longer. And I hope you make a lot of money and you take care of yourself and you like go to school or whatever, because you're amazing. You're extraordinary. And then I was in the bathroom and I asked somebody, I was like, is she Latina? And she was like, no, she's Sicilian and Apache. Oh my God. Oh, yes. Yes, very luxist on my part. Very. But you got to make your money. You got to make your money. I'm going to end with a poem. I'm going to end with the third poem. End with a poem. Because I've gone a little bit long. Or I need to go the whole hour? How are we on time? What do you
Oh,
say?
you're good. Do your poem and let's do this. You're awesome. We love you.
Okay. Speaking of money, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? So, as Missy Elliott said, and you're thinking about strippers and how women have to make money sometimes, and as Missy Elliott said, ain't no shame, ladies, do your thing. Just make sure you're ahead of the game. So this title comes from her. I think it's the same piece. Getting paid over here. How's your brand this morning? Up and at 'em, tall in the saddle, ready for this wide open wound called world, just waiting for your taking. Ride that tiger in your tank, on your thigh, cutting through every drooping side eye. Your morning, our warning. Another day to play. I'm not poor. Payment plans on somebody else's idea of making it. Spoon-fed, eyeball-led. Drinking from a mainstream that can't even take its own breath. Baptisms are free and mandatory. Such a deal for spinning one wheel. No traction. Do you think there'd be some kind of payoff? It's bargaining chip, layoff. Fight for us. Rolling up the dirt trust. That's grit in your teeth. Now eat. Good game. Fair day. Wage arranged. Let's pay to play. You see that truck out there in the drive? Another day prouder. Stick shifting big lies. Watch me now. Muffler tuned to low. Price of octane slows every roll. Is this the story? Do I look like I got? Is this the glory? Finally on top? I bought it. You want it. What's owning on credit? Time's the dime playing when everything's due. Checker, checker. Crown me the king. Horsemen or pawns, still big nothings. Who's the boss? I'm the man. My name immortal. My heirs kicking cans. Bloodline scratch, generations rack total. Tui, Oriole, Maple, Beach. Everything breathing in its own stand. But us, selling oxygen, making water that's canned. Macular warp called look not too deep. Your house made of cardboard. You get to sleep. Resurrection City, 50 years on. Poor people together on the White House lawn. Black, Native, brown, and white Appalachian. The poor rose together. Brother Hampton spoke for the nation, the most of us, the rest of us. Drones. Sweat one danger. Unity. Wipes out the debt. Credit. Credit. Who's taking yours? Sweat it. Sweat it. Start kicking down doors. Closed in your face. Break your teeth. Now you really look poor. See? We're all looking at yours. Holes in your soles. Your pockets done breached. Press this patch. Pull your strings to repeat. Makes the spine jerk up tall. Feeling better for a second in a paycheck squall. Thank you.
Woo! All right, Mimi. Yes, we love you. We love you. We love you. All right. Well, all I can say about Mimi is this woman writes poetry. That's what she does. She writes poetry. There's a lot of stuff for Mimi to do in this short time we have on Earth, and Mimi just writes like she breathes. Right, Mimi? You write like you breathe, sister. Thank you so much for enlightening us tonight with your brutal, honest, beautiful humor, essence, love, intelligence, womanness, connection to Mother Earth. You walk it, you live it, you are it. We love you, and we're going to come back to Michigan just because you live there. So yeah, thank you very much. Let's catch up after this. I got to say a couple of things real quick. Thank you everybody for joining in. We got some Zoom links and ID stuff. Here we go, the Indigenous Ways virtual events. I'm just going to explain real quickly. Go to our website, IndigenousWays.org. You'll see the virtual events. Click on that, and you'll see there's two different events. One is specifically for Wednesday nights. That's the Wisdom Talking Circle. And then the other one is for the Friday nights, which we've changed from Saturday to Fridays. So click on that, and you can check out some of the amazing, amazing talent that we have. We've got next week, Beata Sosi Pena. She is a local indigenous woman that lives here in the New Mexico area in Santa Clara. and she lives friendly, eco, green. She's got a great, great personality. And then guess what? I can't even believe it. We got Joanne Shenandoah. Can you believe that? Friday, May 8th. Multi-Grammy Award-winning Joanne Shenandoah hailing from the Oneida Nation. This woman has touched the sky with her poetry and her music and her songs. Mom and Harry, you don't want to miss this one. My mom and Harry are here. Love you guys. Anyways, next we also have a whole lineup of wonderful, wonderful performers, and some of them are here with us tonight. We have tonight, of course, Mimi, and then we have Joanne Shenandoah. We have our producer, Larry Mitchell. This guy has won a Grammy. He's won NAMMYs. He's won all kinds of awards, like probably 50 awards, and I don't think I'm exaggerating that much. He's also toured with Tracy Chapman, Sting, and all kinds of goodies. And he's going to spend an evening with us talking about his music and his process. And then we also have Sonia, Disappear Fear. Yeah, Sonia's here with us tonight. Beautiful Sonia and Terry. We love you. We love you. We love you. We can't wait to get you back into Santa Fe. Got to get Sonia back to Santa Fe. Got to get Sonia back to Santa Fe. Everybody together. Got to get Sonia back to Santa Fe. All right, Santa Fe, Santa Fe, Santa Fe. And then we're taking to the Navajo Nation. All right, and then guess what? Our ending of the month, Chris Matthews. Can you believe that? Oh my God, this woman tells it like it is. She's not afraid. Cool. Yeah. So, and then we're going to go into our Wednesdays. We got Beata next Wednesday. Amazing, amazing. And our sister, Mari Sato. She's also a multi-award-winning musician. She's Japanese and Caucasian. And then we have our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sister elder, gorgeous, gorgeous Teresa Candelaria. And you know what? Teresa is here with us tonight. And I'm hoping Teresa will pray us out. I can't talk enough about Teresa. She's power. She's pure power. And then finally, we're going to end our month with our gorgeous Terry Vincent. She is a profoundly deaf, mixed indigenous woman that lives in Pecos, New Mexico. She teaches American Sign Language. She's heavy into educating us hearing people about deaf culture. So that's going to be really exciting. Everybody tune in for Terry Vincent. And then I also wanted to let you all know that below that you can see our well, we have some people that support us, and that is Fund, National Endowment for the Arts, the City of Santa Fe.
Yeah, I'm always watching the sign language. I like watching them too.
Arts. And Evie, can you turn your mic off for now until just a minute from now? We'll be able to get into that. And the last thing that I wanted to mention to you is I'm going to turn it over to Elena and let her explain about how to understand technology.
People have been asking, hey, if we want all your bi-weekly emails, what happens? What's going on? If you go to IndigenousWays.org and the virtual events, it'll bring you to this page. And you can click sign up the details where you'll get these email blasts that we're sending out 2 a week with these amazing things that's going on. In the next 24 hours, you're going to get this amazing video recording of Mimi that you've just seen, or share that with friends. This page too has the join Zoom events. So you can click there and that will take you to either Wednesday's event straight into that meeting room, or to where we are now at the concert series link. Underneath that link with the email, that presentation that Tash showed with all the amazing artists that we have, that is the May 2020 schedule. So if you click there, you can download and print all those amazing things off and put it in your calendar, or share it with your friends of who's coming on. We'd love to see you all. If you keep scrolling down on this page, you will come across a whole mob of amazing presenters we've had for the month of April. So if you missed their videos, don't panic. You can click them. It'll take you to our YouTube page, and then you can watch their amazing presenters, just like you can in the next 24 hours with the beautiful Mimi. And then up the top, if you want to know more about the artists that we're presenting in the events page, you've got blurbs and all the amazing links of the artists that we've got here. And then if you click on any of the videos, including Mimi, that you'll get to see again in the next 24 hours, as I say, it'll take you to the YouTube. And then if you can subscribe, you can get those videos straight away. Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all that information, Elena. And there's the electronic sites. Have fun with it, play around with it, learn it, or ignore it. It's all good. Pelican, would you like to pray us out?
Let's give it up for the amazing Mimi Gonzalez. Thank you, Mimi, for blessing us. And just before Pelican gathers herself with what she's going to be doing, I just want to give a couple of plugs. One is to the RTM team for the back end and all the electronics that they've been doing, especially to Bridget DePay there in Atlanta, Georgia. So thank you for all of that. Also, if you haven't heard, the amazing Joy Harjo, first Native American National Poet Laureate. With all that's been going, she gets to be the National Poet Laureate again. So it's really, really wonderful. So 2 years running, which is really, really fantastic. So congratulations, Joy. We love you. And also, what's going on that we're also supporting is an international prayer circle. It's on Thursday, the 7th of May. If you want to know more, feel free to subscribe to our newsletters. Or on Wednesday, we'll be able to tell you more. But it's all these elders that will be coming together through this platform and praying together from Turtle Islands. We've got Canada here, Central and South Americas, and holding this big prayer circle for where we are at this time. And so again, thank you everyone for tuning in with all that's been going on our end and our text. Thank you to our ASL interpreters for making it all possible with access to everyone. And also just a reminder to keep safe in this time. Thank you for doing your beautiful isolation bubbles. And thank you for tuning in, and please share this video, and let's give it up again for the beautiful Mimi Gonzalez.
Love you, Mimi.
All right, let's give it up for Pelican. Pelican, pray us out. And we'll bring everybody in and take everybody off mute, and all cameras come in. Go for it, Pelican. Thank you.
Okay, well, I want to call on all the goddess with her 1,000 names, Great Spirit. Take care of all the people on this planet now that are facing this virus, and especially be with the ones who have lost relatives, close people to them. Be with them, help them with this transition. Be with the people that are sick and carrying, don't know whether they'll live or die. Be with them. Be with the homeless people. Bless them that they have shelter and a way to take care of themselves. And especially be with the Native American people, especially on the Navajo Nation, that are facing such terrible pestilence with this virus. And bless them, help them out. Do whatever you can, Great Spirit, to help those people out, and be with all of us. Bless us with being able to be with this isolation that we're experiencing, and that we can continue. It's getting old for some of us, and just help us remember that you are with us, Great Spirit, and that we can pray anytime that we need to. So, takwiyase.
Aho matakuyasin. Yeah, thank you very much. All right, everybody, come on in.
Touch the earth. Take a breath. Step outside. Feel the rain. Feel the rain. Feel the rain. Wet my hands. Feel face. Touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth.